everybody out there watching through our Chamber's Facebook page. I'm Brian Otten. I'm the Marketing Director with the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce. I'm joined this morning by Stephen Butina. And the reason I've got Stephen with me, Stephen a few years ago was a graduate of our second Immersion Project session. And Stephen, thanks for joining me. Yeah. Stephen, why don't you introduce yourself, I guess, give us your position and with GreenHack, and then we'll get into some of the questions I have about your experience.
Absolutely, I appreciate you having me here today, Brian. So my name is Stephen Butina. I work at GreenHack as the Midwest Regional Sales Manager. Been with GreenHack for about 6 years, and yeah, I was a part of the Immersion Project, the second ever Immersion Project here back a few years ago, and what a great place to start. So I appreciate you having me here today.
Yeah, no problem. So for those of you that are watching, you might not be familiar with what the Immersion Project's all about. This chamber, we hear a lot of stories here at the chamber. One of the stories that is the least favorite for us to hear is about a local business that recruits someone from outside the area. They get here, they work for maybe 6 months or a year, and then they leave to take another position someplace else. And the reason that a lot of times they say they leave is because they just don't feel like they can get themselves connected to our community. And so we know that Wausau and the surrounding area has a lot to offer to both new employees and existing employees. And so we really wanted to develop a program that local businesses could use to make sure that when they hire somebody, they give them the best shot possible at getting connected to our region. So Stephen, you went through this, and when you went through it, what I guess in your current role, how did the Immersion Project sort of play a role in where you've gotten and sort of what you're involved with in the community?
Absolutely, I mean, great question. So I came into GreenHack in what's called the lead rotational program, and my home base was set in Wisconsin. So in that program, I did 3 positions, and then one of which was remote, but the vast majority of my time was spent and was planning to be a part of and living in the Wausau community. So as a new professional, they thought, what a great opportunity to take somebody from outside the area and really use the immersion program to help me understand the businesses, the nonprofit organizations, just the community as a whole, our culture, and why Wausau is the way it is. So they used it as a way to get me immersed, to get me to understand outside of work what is there to do in the Wausau area and what it has to offer. So that's truly what it did for me, and it really helped me understand the community as a whole, just a whole heck of a lot better. So
cool, and that's really that's the way the program is built, is to do exactly that. Again, just for the folks that are out there that aren't familiar, the program lasts about 8 months. Attendees are asked to attend 1 full-day session each month.
Yep.
We're going to kick off a new session in January. It's going to run through August. Typically, these sessions run from September to May, but we need to give some local employers a little bit more time. They were onboarding some folks and were interested, so we moved things back to January. The program itself, talk about some of the real, and you mentioned a little bit, but what are some of the real tangible sort of connections that you were able to make?
Absolutely, great question again. So I guess from my perspective, again, you get to learn the culture, the different organizations. One of the things that I hit on that really helped and has really been influential in my day-to-day and everyday position is really, I'm really involved with the United Way. So on the nonprofit organizations, we'll say day that we had through the immersion program, I got to meet the United Way, and really today I help lead the organization on campus for GreenHack and our United Way efforts. So tangible connections was me meeting the United Way and many other organizations, and that really has helped propel me from a leadership position today and really helped me understand the community a lot better. So
cool, and that's a great success story for the chamber to hear that a connection led to sort of an activity for you that helps cement you as a member of this community, and really goes a long way for your employer in terms of having some confidence that, Stephen he's connected, and we did our best to make sure that he had that connection. Everybody that's listening or watching, sorry for the doorbell, we're just around the corner from the front door here at the depot, and it's mail pickup time. But before we wrap up, there are positions available in our Immersion Project, again kicking off in January. Businesses a lot of times will reserve those positions for new employees. Sometimes the employees themselves will register and get involved because they sort of feel the need. what kind of advice would you give to a business that's thinking about the investment in getting an employee or two into the Immersion Project?
Absolutely. I think, from my personal development and just from my experiences, the immersion program helped me understand that community aspect, and it really, it developed me as a person, and I feel as though if I'm here today, partially because I was immersed through the program. There's so much that Wasa truly has to offer. There's a lot of stuff that is kind of hidden, and the immersion program did a nice job of turning over those stones, helping me understand what this unique area has to offer, and it's a big reason why I stayed in the community. So I would personally recommend it to for new employees, and also for employees that have been here that just truly want to get to know the community better. Again, this is a great opportunity. It just worked that I was a new employee of the area, and it just kind of fit. So I would highly recommend it to anybody, any organization, and any individual that's interested in just becoming more immersed in the community. So.
Cool. Well, thanks, Stephen.
Yep.
I appreciate the time. Thanks for coming down to the depot. Glad we could show you around. And again, if people are interested in the Immersion Project, registration for the session that'll kick off in January has not opened yet. It will very soon. If you're a chamber member, keep an eye on the weekly email update that we send out. If you're not a chamber member, visit our website. That registration is going to open soon, and we will be welcoming students into the next. I shouldn't say students. Welcoming participants into the next session of the Immersion Project very soon. So thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Brian.